The reason I bring that up about, Nicki Minaj being an actually a well-versed rapper is the fact that she doesn't, to me, she's a much better rapper than, let's say, Drake.
Okay?
What? Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a fuego take.
Yes.
So Cardi B just went #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. First time in 20 years since Lauryn Hill in 1998. Why do you think it took a female rapper so long to reclaim that spot?
Wait, so it was the first time in 20 years at a #1 with no features, right?
Yes,
okay.
No features.
First of all, that's amazing.
Yes.
Go Cardi. Let's just say Barty Gang.
I never thought while I was watching Love and Hip Hop for all these years that she would pop off. Like, I always knew she was a character, and I listened to her mixtapes and she was really good. But like with that Love and Hip Hop stigma, you always assume they're just gonna stay in that bubble.
Yeah.
And she's killing it. And
No,
she's
she's
herself
killing it.
the whole time.
I think that's what people love about her is that she's just like unapologetically herself 100% of the time, which is, I think, really important for females in hip hop, actually.
And I love that she doesn't mind confrontation. It bums me out though that we're in this day and age with social media that everybody has to get compared to everybody else. It's like, just let her live and win right now. Don't compare her to all these other female. I hate it though. I'm just like, I just want Cardi B to be in her lane. Stop being like, oh, you're trying to be Nicki or anything like that. Just like, let her live.
Feel you. No, and I think it also like comes back to your point, Justin, of like, why did it take so long for a woman to get a #1 with no features? Like, I think maybe Nicki Minaj did it with probably some features from Lil Wayne and Drake.
Big Sean, all that,
which is amazing. Like, big ups to her. That's amazing because it's hard to get a #1 as a female. It's hard to get a #1
in general.
In general, and then as a female in the rap game, for me, it feels like female MCs are not as respected as
totally
male MCs, like 100%, like without a doubt. You
Do
know
a
what
lot
I
of
mean?
them deserve the respect?
I don't think so.
Listen
There it
though,
is.
I've had this conversation a lot. Nicki Minaj to me is like an amazing rapper.
So her verse on Rake It Up was good.
I'm not saying Rake It Up, but have you listened to Monster? I know you have, Justin.
I'm not gonna listen to Monster. That's in the past. She rhymed China with China 17 times in a row. I don't want to hear about Nicki.
I just had this conversation with my coworker. I like Nicki as a brand, and I look at Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. They're really good at branding themselves, and it's more than just bars. It really is. You know,
of course.
like Iggy
Yeah, I
Azalea,
agree.
I hate to bring her up because she's terrible, but like she couldn't brand herself well, and she couldn't control herself on social media. And even though her one big hit popped off, she was such a douchebag in the media that everybody disregarded her. You know what I mean? And like, even though Nicki and Cardi B are very upfront, they do it in such a good way, and they stick true to their brand.
They stay true to themselves.
You know, yeah, exactly. And you can't hate on that, regardless of if she rhymes China with China.
And I understand, I'll play devil's advocate for a second, where it takes a lot more for a female to be recognized for her talent. It takes the image, she has to be sexy, and she has to be good. So I'll play that. But out of all those, you have to be good, and a lot of them aren't. That's just a fact. So Cardi did it because the record was, I didn't expect this from you. I didn't expect this from 11
So
hip
you're
hop star.
saying, okay, I'm sorry, because this is about to get me heated for real. You're saying that in 20 years, a female rapper has not made a fire track that deserves to be #1?
Exactly not. That's not.
No,
Okay, so
no.
what-
Not what I said.
Do you see any up and coming women going far? And if not, why not?
Some have chances. I think, have you heard of B.I.A.? Has anyone heard of B.I.A.?
Bia is fire. Bia is a sexy girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bia is fire and she looks good. This is something really interesting to me, actually, that you brought that up, because that clearly is a necessity when it comes to females. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And why is that? And why are we continuing?
Well, you have
with
to
that?
you have to play the game to change the game. That's the game.
Yeah.
And
You
if you
can't-
don't have
I
it,
mean, listen.
If you don't have it, you're not going to go far.
If the tables were turned, Jay-Z wouldn't be Jay-Z. Look at Lauryn Hill. She had the #1 spot, 19 years ago. She didn't have that sex appeal. Cardi B obviously has that sex appeal, you know what I'm saying? But Lauryn Hill did not.
Lauryn Hill was also regarded as a strong lyricist, a strong artist, because she was attached to other men. So it's messed up. But if you're not put on by other men, or if you do it on your own, you have to have the 3 requirements. You have to either be put on by a man, and they let you flourish and you do your thing, whatever. Trina, such and such. Even she had a sex symbol.
And a Lil' Kim,
There's a
Nicki
lot of
Minaj.
people. There's a lot of people, so there's a lot of things you have to consider. A lot of female artists are not good. A lot of female artists don't control their own image. A lot of female artists don't write their own things. So how can you be in control of your own career if you don't have your image, your writtens, you don't have anything? Someone owns your image. So how can you succeed? I control you. I control whether you succeed or fail.
I mean, I feel like it's really hard for women now in mainstream media to put other women on, and sometimes if they do, I feel like it's forced. You know, like, man, I have to be nice now and put that vibe out there that I'm supporting this woman because she's on top finally. So
Right. Yeah, I think that like brings up a good point, like why right now we're seeing an influx of women like putting Cardi B on. You know what I mean? Being like, yes, like go like boss bitch, you know, do your thing. Like everybody's in the media, you know, congratulating her and stuff, but this doesn't happen super often.
We have to understand the concept of putting someone on. You have to be first in a position of power. And I don't think many women have been in a position of power in a male-dominated industry. So with that, Nicki has a chance to put someone on because she definitely has the power to.
I think it would be really, really cool to see a woman co-sign another woman and them to come up through that. That would be super cool. And I think that is, you know, I think we're at the point where women in hip hop may have that option.
I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with social media. Back in the 80s and 90s when really sexy women were in baggy clothes and all that stuff, people were more focused on their, you know, their lyrics and their flow and everything. But now it's like we got the fake asses, the fake boobs, the hair, the wigs, everything, and people are more focused on the look. You know what I mean? If you just listen to Nicki Minaj without knowing what she looked like at all, what would be your take on her? If you never knew what she looked like and then you listen to one of her albums.
It depends what songs I was listening to.
Yeah.
It depends what songs. And I will say, I think Nicki Minaj has done tracks I'm not a fan of just because I feel like it was geared toward the more mainstream, and that's totally fine because she's making her money.
Yeah,
you know what I
totally.
mean? Like, she's making her money. It just wasn't for me.
But why do you guys think that it's taken Nicki Minaj this long to co-sign someone, and do you actually think she's co-signing Cardi, or do you think she's just like lightly treading water
She's
with
co-signing her moment.
it? Yeah.
We'll see if Cardi goes cold and she'll still be around. I doubt it. But I think she attaches herself to what is hot. They love you when you're the new kid. And then when you keep succeeding, they try to tear you down. And it's just the nature of the industry. And I don't know, because of the sample size of successful women at this level of hip hop artists, I don't know how Cardi's gonna deal with that. So there's a lot of pressure on Cardi.
There's
Again,
a lot
it's
of
long
pressure,
name.
but I feel like right now as a woman, we're in such a special time where like we're finally getting supported.
Yeah.
And she's not just getting supported by the rap industry. Taylor Swift, Beyonce,
Swift,
pop
SZA.
star, yeah, everyone.
Like even people who are, you know, we're starting to see a support system with female rappers, which is really, really cool. But I think something to acknowledge is like the fact that it took so long.
Yeah.